All right, welcome back to an episode of Factoring by Sum or Difference of Cubes. So let's get into it. These are the formulas. Okay, I'm going to take it real slow because we have these over here. But since a to the third is the same thing as a to the third, and b to the third is the same thing as b to the third, that makes these pretty easy. And you basically just fill in what we have. We start with little parentheses and then a wider parentheses. All right, now, since this is addition, I put the same sign here, I put the opposite sign, and then always finish with positive. So same, opposite, positive. So SOP. Okay, now, the first thing we put is put an A here and a B there, then an A squared here, a B squared at the end, and then in the middle, an AB. All right, and that's how the pattern is. Now, you're going to want to write that down and have that next to it when you're doing your work, because that way you can keep track of it and it's easily available, or readily available, if you will. Now, similarly here, we're going to start with a small set of parentheses and then a big set of parentheses. A to the third is the square of A, or the cube of A. B to the third is the cube of B. So I'm going to start the exact same way. So since this is negative, put a minus sign. The opposite of subtraction is positive. And then we always finish up with a positive because we're trying to stay positive in these dark times. So I put an A here, a B there, an A squared, an AB, and then a B squared. Okay? And once you have that formula down, everything should be okay. Because now we're going to get into it. Now, 125, if you didn't really know, that's the cube of 5. X cubed is a cube of x. Okay, so this is the sum of two cubes. So I'm going to start with the small set of parentheses, and then a little bit bigger. Now, since this is positive, I'm going to put a plus, then a minus, and we always finish with a plus. All right, now this is going to look weird because it's not just A's and B's anymore. It's numbers and a variable. So this will take the place of your A, and this will take the place of the B. So we start with 5, and then x, just like you did A and then B up here. And then 5 squared, 5x, because that's A times B, and then B squared, so it'd be x squared. Now that's almost good, almost, because there's something that we can do. I have 5 plus x here, and then 5 squared is 25, and then it's minus 5x, and then it's plus x squared. Now, you could, ladies and gentlemen, since you remember the commutative property of additions means this, that's the same thing as x to the third plus 125. You might look out and say, oh, well, that would be the same thing as x plus 5, and then x squared minus 5x plus 25. That is correct. Absolutely correct. And so look after that on maybe a test or quiz. I might try and throw you there and have that as a correct answer instead of another one. Okay? Thanks. Now, the next one is subtraction. All right, so this is a difference of two cubes. Now, before we get into it, it's not a difference of two cubes yet because we can take something out. So this is important. They both have an A. So we take the A out, and I have 64 A to the third minus 27. Okay, now it's getting kind of jumbled here, so I'm going to change the color. So this A is going to follow it down. So this is a difference of two cubes. So I'm going to start my small set of parentheses, then my larger set of parentheses. Okay, let me erase that and make it look a little nicer. Now this A, like I said, has to follow it down. So 64A to the third, that is the cube of 4A. 27 is the cube of 3. So I would have 4A minus 3, same sign. Then the opposite sign, finish with the positive. So then this would be 4A quantity squared. And then this is 4A times 3. And then we finish with 3 squared. So we have to clean that last bit up a little bit here. That A is still there. So I have 4A minus 3. There's nothing you can do with that. But 4A squared is 16A squared. That's going to be plus 4A times 3 is 12A. And then we finish up with 3 squared, which isn't 6, it's 9. Okay, there you go.